What if I told you the law of Ascension, taught by Neville Goddard, is your law? You have a very specific version of this law, and it's very important that you take your power back, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back to Sexy Fit Love with JFo. Sexy is your vision, fit is your habits, and love is your commitment. And if you want to dive deeper into more high performance hacks and weight loss and health and wellness and monetizing your wellness, which I think is the best way to do wellness, then I want you to go to my Instagram, Sexy Fit Love with JFo, and follow me there too. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. This channel is all about Neville Goddard and conscious creation and the law of Ascension, but I bring in my own spiritual seeking tips and tricks. Specifically, a lot of mystical Christianity is coming in the works in my videos. So please stay tuned and let me know if there's any videos you want me to do in the comments below. Okay, so today I want to talk about something really interesting, and I think you're gonna love it. So I want you to take your power back. I want you to recognize that once you realize that you are God, AKA that your consciousness, your I am presence is literally the totality of it all. And I'm going to do a video soon on breaking down the Trinity, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit from the perspective of Neville Goddard's work, because it's literally going to change the game for you. But just remember that it's a 3-in-1 system, this human experience. So what's fascinating is you are God, you are the Father, the kingdom is within you, consciousness is within you, the I am presence, the place you go when you are meditating, when you say nothing after I am. When you say I am Jennifer, you're in the character. You're in the Son of the Holy Trinity. But when you say I am, you are the Father. Okay? You are the totality of it all. So you are God, but that doesn't mean that whatever one is saying out there about the law is specific to you, because technically you create the law for yourself. If everything you believe, everything you think, everything you assume, your entire inner world, if that really is pushed out into your reality and reality isn't real and everything's an illusion and it's just a mirror to you, okay? And that's the game, that's the simulation, as people say, of the Earth experiment. If that's true, then even your belief of the law gets pushed out. Isn't that crazy? So I was inside a Neville group, one of the many on Facebook, and someone posted like an image of things, and I just want to read it and unpack it. Okay, so here it is. He did not say these things, aka meaning Neville. He did not say, you must first work through your blockages and limitations, then you can go to Barbados. Because Neville has this whole chapter how he visualized going to Barbados, right? And visualize like these certain things in his life. And he explains like how he did it, right? So the first thing this person is saying is he didn't say that you must first work through your blockages and limitations before you can manifest what you want. He also didn't say that the universe will make sure you receive it at the right time. It is not meant to happen yet. So he didn't say that. He didn't say you need to raise vibration, energy, frequency. He didn't say you might even get something better than Barbados. Don't hold on to only going to Barbados. He also didn't say it's a materialistic thing. He also didn't say you have too much resistance. First, you need to work on overcoming your resistance and figuring out what's holding you back from going there, aka your vision or your dream. And then another thing he's saying that Neville didn't say is maybe it's your past karma. Let's take a look at that, right? Or the last thing that is listed in this thing is you need to drop your desire first and let go. So basically this person is saying like Neville didn't say any of these things and you don't have to do any of these things and like let go of needing to do all these things. So this makes me laugh because no one on YouTube, even Neville, can tell you what thought, what posture, and what pivot or perspective or shift in your mindset is going to serve you getting to your visualization manifesting. Not a single person can tell you that. Only you can tell you that. So first, let's unpack one of the top ones here. You must first work through your blockages and limitations. Okay, so I agree with him. And this is another thing I want to add. Life is a paradox. Two things can coexist at the exact same time. So yes, on one hand, you do not need to do freaking anything to manifest your desires. They are already done because creation is already finished. All you're doing is activating them by putting your focus on them. So yes, when you recognize that time doesn't exist and that creation is finished, and that every single freaking possible timeline that could ever manifest is already created, and all you're doing is activating it with your conscious awareness, with your conscious placement of the I am, then you realize that no work needs to happen, really, okay? But you are not just God. You are also the sun. You are also the character. You are also the human, okay? And here's a couple of other things that I want to share. That number one, if time doesn't exist, that means that you were creating before you came. So all of that creation you did before you came is a part of the creation game, okay? So for example, you chose your family members. You most likely chose your soul contracts in this lifetime. You chose maybe some of the themes that you wanted to work through. You knew you were coming to the earth experiment not to have it pretty all the time. You knew you were going to come for the contrast, right? You knew you were going to come for the hero's journey. So it's really important to know that sometimes the best thing you could do is work through your blocks and limitations. Sometimes that is actually what's actually holding you back. So technically both can exist at the same time, and you have to decide which one feels better to say. Does it feel better to say that you do need to work on them? If that gives you relief, when you say the thought, oh my God, maybe it's my blocks and limitations and I've got to unpack them, I'm going to do some journaling. If you say that and that feels freaking good to you, and here's your vision, and now you feel like you're getting closer to your vision, then that's the path you need to take. But if you say, F that, I don't need to do any work. It's actually a limiting belief that I'm thinking that I need to work through my limiting beliefs, and that feels like you're getting closer to your desire, then that's your path. The mental mindset path is customized based on the person. Same for divine. So there's a lot of things in here that has been listed in here in this, from this person in the Neville group. And a lot of it is, ironically, it's something that I think actually it's the opposite that helps. So like, for example, when you say you have too much resistance, first you need to work on overcoming your resistance and figure out what's holding you back. Another one that's really, really big, really big is you might even get something better than your desire. Don't hold on to your desire because you might get something better. So I think the perspective this person is coming from is the minute you think that, like the minute you think the thought like, oh, I really want to manifest this dream home, but I guess like I probably shouldn't like attach myself to it, and maybe something better can come along. If you're doing it from a place of I might not get it, so I probably should think like that maybe there's something better. Like I should just stay open. If you're coming from that posture, you're most likely coming from fear. But if you are coming from the posture of, I know that my Father, my Creator, has this, and I totally release it and put it in my Father's hands, and I put it into the subconscious hands, right? To literally bring it to life. And I trust and I know that if it's not exactly the thing that I'm focused on to get the feeling, but it's something even better, that's what's going to happen, right? So from that posture, you're actually in a place of empowerment, excitement, trust, and faith in the universe. This is why really the secret to this is really the feeling, right? And your feeling might come from a different perspective, a different belief system than for someone else. That's why, as much as like, Neville really wanted you to understand that it's your beliefs that create your world, I think a lot of the Neville community on YouTube and, Neville coaches and Law of Assumption coaches, like they're kind of seeing what works for them with their specific personality and then kind of projecting that onto other people. And that's why my other channel, Destiny Vibes with JFO, is so important. That's where you're going to really learn how your divine personality is totally different. Your movie script of the character is totally different than another character. And that's why it's not one size fits all. You are creating the law for you and your simulation. So I'll give you a great example with my world is once I got into Neville's work and I watched a couple of videos where people were saying that like divine timing's a lie, divine timing's just made up, it's just your brain thinking that you can't have what you want, and that like you just need to like, you're just like, no, the timing's now, and right? I do think there's power in that. And I was doing that when it applied to my love life in the beginning. But for me, when it comes to the relationship I have with the memories of attempting to manifest my soulmate over the last 20 years, I'm still single and I'm still working on that, right? whenever I would go to this place of like, I guess divine timing's not a thing, then the next thought after that would be like, well, if divine timing's not a thing, then that means it's all my fault that I'm single. And then that thought would make me feel awful about myself. And I would start to think these thoughts like, there's something wrong with me, it's never gonna work out. Like, and it would spiral me down into a very, very dark place. And that dark place is all the subconscious emotions of experiencing a reality where I've created a thought of like, why isn't it working, right? So it just brought me more into the depths of darkness. And I found that walking with Jesus, walking with the Lord, walking with God, and for me, Jesus, when I talk about Jesus on this channel, it's not in the in the religion context. It's in the relationship context. So for me, Jesus is the ultimate light worker, the ultimate spiritual teacher. He walked this earth with a spiritual mission, and I am walking this earth with a spiritual mission. So he is literally the CEO of my light team, and my light team is my guides, my loved ones on the other side, Jesus, Father, God, the totality of it all, the infinite intelligence of the consciousness, and me as well, my higher self, right? It's all of it, right? That's why I call it my light team. That's what feels good to me. So when I'm in the posture of Jesus, I trust that you are actually controlling this. Because the minute that I do that, and it's almost like I can have way more faith in this beautiful idea that my light team has me and they're guiding me. And when I believe that belief, even though it goes against this idea that I'm God, right? Like that's where we get so tripped up with this law of assumption, because a lot of us are really trying to apply the law using our ego, and we don't even know it. We don't even know that we're using our ego. So the minute I shifted to going back to this belief that divine timing is real, for me, and trusting that God does have a plan, and trusting that that's happening, I have found so much peace in that. And so sometimes this is going to look different than what the YouTuber that's teaching Neville is going to say, right? Like that's why I'm sharing this, because I really do think that you need to start realizing that you are the law. The law in your reality is your law. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, let me know what you loved about it. Subscribe to this channel. It's a super new channel. We're almost at 100 subscribers. So if you're seeing this in real time, please subscribe. Hopefully in the future, I've manifested that it's like 1 million. But I would love to have you on this journey with me. If you want to work with me, everything's below, but I'm just telling you that it's really cheap. Like joining my conscious creation group, and my course is only $11, and you can customize it to your divine personality with my other mini courses, which is only $33 for the whole thing. So go there now, sign up, let's do this, and I'll catch you in my next video.